own business after the last meeting. And this guy walks up and says, "What class are you gonna do?" And I'm like, this was the first, Pendants was the first thing that came to mind. So that's why I wanted to do it. And actually, in our discussions about the future of the club, we had talked about resin pouring. Sherry had come in and suggested that we make some things out of resin. Well, that's not a bad idea. And I saw some pictures of pendants. You know, that'd be a nice little quick thing to make. So what I wanted to do was do resin and wood pendants without casting them. So this is what I came up with. I had seen these bottle stoppers up on the shelf. These are already pre-poured. All I got to do is make something out of it. So that was the start of it. This is the blank that we're going to start with. And the first thing we have to do is we got to turn this into a sample. So my first hurdle was, how do I cut this out of these safely? Because I didn't want to lose my fingers. The easiest way to do this, I thought, was on the bandsaw. So to do it on the bandsaw, I had to make a sled, which another thing I've always wanted to do, but hadn't done. I don't have really any money on this thing. This was $5 out on the shelf. Anchor rack, I already had the anchor parts to go with it. This is a cabinet door when we redid my wife's kitchen. So you save all the things. The only thing that I paid for on this is that runner. And I got those right here at Peachtree. I bought 2 today. They really come in handy when you're going to make a fixture. It's got mounting bolts, comes with a template, a stick-on template. Easiest thing in the world. It's 20 bucks. You can't make it for 20 bucks out of wood or plastic or anything. So anyways, I want to make a sled, so I made a sled. And I made it so we can safely cut these blanks. Got a clamp, a blank, and we'll keep fingers away from the blank. Now these things, you don't need a lot of tools to make them. This is all you need. For beginners, we have a new visitor here. This is all you need to make those. A saw and some sandpaper. Or you can have a lot of toys and get to play with your toys. So that's what I prefer. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers to come up and make these. Nobody's smiling. We have a volunteer. Okay. How about another volunteer? We got.
Do you want a beginner?
Have you seen the things that we're passing around?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they all start out with one of these little slices. And I hadn't ever done this before, so I thought I'd try it. I've had some fails. These are a couple of fails. But whatever your design wants to look like, it's totally up to you. So we've got a couple of things we can do. I think to start out, we want to do it simply. We can either draw it directly on the wood.
You can either go out or stay in. What do you prefer?
I don't know. What's going on here? Somebody said it. So anyway, we can draw it directly on. This is, I'll go back to these two, but we can draw a pattern on the wood either way you want to do it, upside down, right side. There's no right, there's no wrong. So you can use a Sharpie, or once you get doing this, you can really be fancy about this. I found this stuff at Walmart. You just put it in a printer and put your pattern on. Peel it off, it's clear. We'll cut that out right now. And we just stick that right on the piece of wood. Now to cut these out, you can use a scroll saw, or you can use a coping saw, anything you like. So this is just a little shape for the oval one that I drew on the computer. Printed on all this material, savory material. It's about $1 a sheet. And if I can get it off, you better this than I am. We'll put that on one of these blanks. Any way you want to put it on the blank. I mentioned I did pendants in the past, and this is the one, how I used to make them. This is plywood, and I forget what the wood is, but it's a hardwood, plywood. And then I laser cut these, and this is a monogram. I'll pass this around. So this is something I made for my wife, but she also used to sell them. She wore it to work, and that's a surefire way to sell these things, is give one to somebody you know that works. You go in the office, and all the other girls want to have it. So that's the best way of selling them. I did forget one thing I'll tell you, but that's on these. We're working up here. I had these in my pocket yesterday because I came here and set up. And I went to the post office yesterday afternoon. And I kind of see the same people there from time to time, because I usually go there once a day at the end of the day to ship whatever I've done for the day to the customers. And I run across people there that also have online businesses. So I just saw her yesterday, and I said, "Oh, gee, I'm glad I ran into you. I want you to look at something." And I pull these things out of my pocket, and I drop one of them, you know, and she's looking at them, and she's, "I could sell these for you." I went, "Really?" She said, "How much?" And she's looking at them, touching them. These are really nice, you know, and she's Asian, you know, and I said, "Well, I haven't seen you in a couple of months." She said, "I've been out traveling out of the country." So it's very successful. But next thing you know, she says, "Can I have your phone number?" I haven't had a pretty girl ask me for my phone number in at least 30 years, you know? Shouldn't say I would, but anyway, next thing you know, my phone buzzes, and I've already got a text from her. She's standing right there. She moved quick. Anyways, but it told me that I'm in the right direction of making these things. The people like them already. So anyway, that's just a part of the story here. Okay? Now, we'll pass this around. You got your sticker on there?
Yep.
Okay, and you got your design. And did you put
Did
you draw it? Did you draw it, or did you put this on?
No, there was already
Yeah,
drawn on.
yeah, it's on here.
It's
It's
on
a
it?
red line.
Okay,
It's hard to see.
all right. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut them out. So the easiest way is on the scroll saw. Have either of you used a scroll saw before?
It's on a little bit.
Okay, Walter's our scroll saw master. And it's the easiest thing to make. And you don't have to stay on the line, because nobody's gonna know, because you did it yourself. So anyway, Walt, you wanna come around? And we'll set this up. Maybe you can help draw you just kind of stand back, you got your safety glasses, we got both our glasses on. And I wanna give each of you a
Do
dust
I need more
mask.
glasses or just?
Yeah, this one doesn't have.
For this, we're okay. But we still like to wear a dust mask.
This has got that.
We want,
You want the man where it's
you have to go slow because it's plastic.
Okay, what I would recommend is to get this shut.
You know, if anybody wants to see what you're doing, you're welcome to come up and look over the shoulder. We got a good view on it.
Makes it easier to get that shut.
Okay.
Yeah, get through the paper first.
this around my original big block? I left it here. Did I pass this around? These are right off the shelf, and they're really done nice. The wood, I believe, is stabilized. On all these things that I've made already, there's no finish on this. It's just a stabilized wood and plastic. It's been polished and sanded. No finish at all. I think they look really nice. They do look nice. One thing I noticed with this girl yesterday looking at it, she was trying to feel the difference between the plastic and the wood. I think they really look nice. You see that? Question?
Is everything you're doing on the
Testing?
Testing.
No, not yet. No, this is all precast. These are just all solid ones. We're getting up, planning on getting into the casting at some point.
Oh, you're all off.
Well, I thought like that little,
I guess I didn't really explain myself very well.
Now I can see it, for sure.
These are bottle stopper blanks. These are bottle stopper blanks that are sold right up front. And I've just taken a slice
Yeah,
out of the bottle stopper blank.
yeah, that's what I was talking about, the bottle, okay, the bottles, just pre-made bottles.
Yeah, pre-made. And they come out, they're really nice. So, anyway, where it was. It's kind of a different format. Free form.
3 or 4.
What's that? I
Yeah.
get 4 out of it. I think 5. I think I got 5 out of
Where I
it.
want to start.
Are you, Ralph,
Sorry?
are you cutting the blanks to, in other words, to create your blanks, are you cutting out?
Yeah,
the
these
scroll?
are how they are on the shelf.
Right, I understand that.
And then I just take a slice with the
Bandsaw?
bandsaw.
Oh, I got you.
And I made that sled.
That's what the
You
sled's
go up-
for.
You can go up,
Okay.
take a look at that sled.
Gotcha.
I'll put this back up here, and you can see, so you don't lose your fingers cutting that off.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was the biggest hurdle, was how to cut these safely.
Yeah, exactly.
You make the bend by moving the piece, not by pushing on the sides.
Okay.
Now, you gotta get shaping. So to shape, you can do this different ways. We've got, we'll probably start, she's got a rough shape already cut out. It's the thickness of the slice. We're gonna move over here to this sand. So I wanna have a mask on. Go this way. So she's got her shape. We're just gonna refine it now. So this edge, we can round this edge very easily. Would you like a rounded edge or square edge? Rounded edge. Okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this on. Now this you have to be careful with. This is not a, this one you can get your finger on, get your finger stuck. So how we're gonna do this is this one. Okay.
Is that from Harbor Freight?
No. So anyways, these you can just, and just keep working it to wherever you wanna have it. You'd like to use it, whatever, but I'm sorry, I only got one. I ordered two, but only one. So you just, kinda like your carving. Carving, yeah. You know, you're cooking. Now that sheet that we sit around, that clear plastic, the Avery stuff, the scroll saw people, does anybody use this wall?
Well, basically, use label, any kind of a label.
Okay, but what I found with this material is, especially if you're doing these pendants, because depending on the size and shape, you can look through the label and see where you'll put your shape.
Now,
There's no guessing.
for times I'll use clear shelf paper.
Yeah, it's basically it's kind of the same thing, but just inkjet or laser. I think it's a really good way to go. Because it gives you can print your lines thick, thin, and they're easy to see. But the idea is you're able to see where it goes on the wood. Get your best pattern. Now somebody was asking me about laser, Jim. I thought I'd be really smart. I got a laser. I'll just cut these out on the laser. I got to work on it a little more. I didn't work on it much, but these are fails. Because we got two different materials. This is very dense. It's a stabilized burl. And then this is acrylic. Acrylic usually cuts pretty easily. Even that thick. Just a little bit more than a 1/4 inch thick. How are we doing? Good? Now, it's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you like. And you just keep going until you're happy with it. Oh, sure. Now, this has the clear on it, and then now she's taking it off, she's done with it. So anyway, they didn't cut, but these are you always gotta try. I'll probably try again with a different setting, but they're not that easy to cut with a laser. But they're engravable. It's still engravable. So. Yeah, absolutely. You can use your CNC, or you can use this. You know, $5, $5,000. You know, whatever you want to do.
500 is still
How are we coming? Good. You like that? Is it rounded over enough? Okay. What we can do now is we can come over here. These are flap discs. People know what flap discs are? They're really handy. Now this isn't going to take a lot of material off, and you don't want to try to take a lot. You just want to barely touch it, because what's going to happen is going to happen. Happens to me all the time. Then you got to go find it. But here I can feel something here. Let's take care of this first. This is a little rough right here. So just come over. Put a couple of pieces of sandpaper. In fact, before we get to that, we're going to do something else. So, all we want to do is with sandpaper, just a flat surface, and just sand it. And now you'll see you've got saw marks in it, and you'll be able to take out the saw marks. Just this simple. Just sanding, and then when you get it down, then you can go to a less coarse grit, a finer grit. So, and you can actually do both sides of that.
What grit are you starting with?
I'm sorry?
What grit are you starting with
I
today?
don't know. It's whatever I have.
220.
220 for that. But the roughing stuff is it's much coarser. It's just stuff ahead. There's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
How you doing? Okay? And then you're gonna wanna do that.
Okay.
But also too, you can refine this with some of our very special tools. These are very special tools. And we can use some of these. If you're a turner and you make pens, you've got everything you need. You got your micro mesh, you probably have something like this. So we can go with, we'll start with a 240.
Okay.
Little strip of sandpaper. And then just, and refine it. See how big difference that makes?
Mm-hmm.
Just that little bit of sanding makes a big, big difference.
Okay.
And when that wears out, you take another piece.
Okay.
And this works pretty good. So I thought, how about earrings? These pen blanks. Do the same thing. Just cut them up, slice them. You get maybe 3 sets of earrings out of each one of these. Now we used to have a guy, he was a great guy, Ted Baldwin. He sold earrings. And he would take small pieces of wood, glue them up different ways. They ended up like this. Then he'd go to the radial arm saw and cut them off at different angles. Oops. You got it? Here it is. I got it. That you have to get used to when you're doing this.
I know. Bending over.
So, I'll bet it would work. I don't know, I haven't tried it. But it's kind of the same thing as we're doing here, just a little smaller. And they didn't have any out there with, so you'll see some pen blanks where it'll have the resin in the middle and then wood. So you can cut that in half, slice it, and have any kind of different combination for earrings. Doing the exact same thing. And you don't have any money in these things, they're pre-made. You know, you don't have to do any casting, you don't have to do all the pressure pots and all that stuff. It's already made for you. This one, I've been really busy at work, but this one took less than a half hour yesterday morning before I came to set up. It really doesn't take long at all once you start to do them.
How do you do it?
Okay, that we're gonna, you done with this one?
Yeah.
We're gonna, we'll do this one, little portion. We'll do this one. And you're just gonna
Okay.
bring it down straight. You don't have to do a lot, because we're gonna do the rest over there.
Oh, okay.
You happy with all this? Okay, smooth here? Yeah, yeah. So now we'll go over here, and if this doesn't work, then you come back to this. So, these I don't, they're relatively expensive, but you get smaller ones, and they're less money. These are relatively expensive. These came from Clean Sport, this sandpaper company over in North Carolina. All right, so anyway, we're just gonna, just very lightly. You know, any way you want to do it. And that's going to get in there. And that's the coarse grit, and we'll move to the finer grit for that. A little low, is that what I'm trying to get out? Okay, stay with the portion.
I just want to know what you took out of the dispenser. Sandpaper. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, that's, I just got that off of
Strips.
Amazon.
Strips.
What? Yeah.
Different grit.
Okay.
I have one of theirs too. They have them out here, and I have one I bought from them that has the mesh on it for turning. Okay. It's really handy. This
Yeah,
one
it's a
is-
dispenser that holds rolls with like 1-inch strips of different brand
Grit.
grills. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, we'll go to a finer grit. then we'll start the sanding process. Now, we're gonna do real good sanding, just like you're gonna do on a pen. Through the grits, and end up with micro mesh. Micro mesh, you can use it wet or dry. So on these, the first ones I did wet, but then I didn't really like that. The slurry kind of got down into the pores, tried to dry it and then blow it out with compressed air. I don't like the sawdust in the pores. I like the wood to stand out. And you don't have any compressed air here, so we'll just do this to begin with. Dry, but we can't do it wet. Now to do the different shapes, you can, like this has got a radius on it. And then you're gonna, when you get in the corners, some of them will have a small sharp edge. If you want to get into like a corner like this, and it's just all handwork. Okay, you done with that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we'll just go to a different grit. We also too, you can use these little sanding drums if it's appropriate to what you want to do. There's no wrong way to do these things.
Yeah, well, Dremel even has a flap sander.
It's
It
what?
works- It has a flap sand. And this,
Sure, that'll work.
and that works real nice for fine stuff.
You do that on the Dremel.
Yeah, on the Dremel.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing. This is just a little finer.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Here we go. Now, you can take what you want to do on yours, because you've got this little thing here. You can get in there with some of these better than that with, let's say this. Okay, so what we want to do is take a little piece of this. Wrap it around.
Those just blocks of wood down?
Yeah, these are just little scraps of wood.
There it went.
Well, told you. All right, you just hold it and try to keep a tight corner on it. And then just get it in. It's all high-tech tools, very expensive. And you can see,
Well,
Did you get her to tie her hair back?
I can't hear you.
Did you get her to tie her hair back?
She needs to get her hair away
Oh,
from
that is pretty good, thank you.
drill.
Yeah, that's very important on this. Is just grab your hair.
Swing me over there.
We'll pull your face in. This is another thing too. Sometimes whether it's cold or wear a hoodie and little strings on, you don't want that.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I learned this a long time ago. In middle school, I was in high school, we had a kid in the winter. And he had this big bulky sweater on. He was working on a metal lathe. And the metal lathe caught his sweater. And that's where I learned that. You don't want that. It'll pull you right in. That's why you see, I never wear rings. I wear a watch, only recently, but I never wear rings because of the same thing. They're getting caught on a piece of this, and they call it degloving. The ring will rip the skin off of your finger. It's a terrible thing.
Okay.
You happy with that? Okay. And then whenever you're ready for the next grip, whenever you're happy with that. So now you're pretty much ready for the final sanding.
Yay.
Okay? So all we're gonna do,
I've noticed on the sander here, you're getting a lot of grit goes up on that sandpaper. Because what's
it's
gonna
okay.
be,
It's okay.
because they wanted to run through,
Yeah,
cleans it out.
We're done with this.
No, I mean, but Clean
do it,
off that
yeah.
sandpaper so that you can, you stay on room with the sandpaper. Okay.
Where do you want to do this now?
Oh, good.
Okay, you want to put your mask back up. You notice how she doesn't care for, worry about me anymore, she's just over here doing this stuff. All that, you know? Don't need that, okay? Remember, just like, sure, anything you want to do. It doesn't matter, there's no right, there's no wrong. You want to have a rough match or what? Good. Anything you want to do. And I forgot to add. We could close this down. Thank you. One of the inspirations for the pendants of this came from Dan. Years ago, Dan did these round pendants on the lake. He dyed them and finished them. They're beautiful. And I bought one for my wife and she still wears it. So it's kind of the same thing, but done on the lake. But this, people don't have lakes. Actually, I got two of those. They're really nice.
Right.
What's that? Okay, so we went through the 600. Now, we're going to use what they call micro mesh. Where is the micro mesh? Okay, this is a very, very fine sandpaper. That's sandpaper. So, most of everybody knows micro mesh. And these are just the sanding pads you buy at the pens. I've got these marked. The one is forced to go through the rest. Every one of them. And
Plus.
so this I spend most time because it's a little coarser. And you're just gonna, it doesn't even almost become a sand, it does change the color. So you do see that it's sand. So you go ahead,
Okay.
you go through, and you're gonna go through each one of those. Okay?
Yeah.
And now with each progressive one, you have to sand it less and less.
Okay.
When you finally get to the last one, you're just gonna barely touch it. Now, this will be the last step. Anything else?
Yeah, we should get the buffing wheel for the lathe.
This is a pen buffing kit. I think they work really nice. I've got a bigger buffer with 3 different grits on it, with bigger 10-inch, 12-inch wheels. But these are much softer, and these give you a really nice finish on pens. I bought this one at a show, I don't know when. But this uses the blue compound and nothing on this. So, these,
Back to the
question?
bottom. No, we're just discussing.
Okay. Let me know when you're all the way through.
I got all the way through.
You're all the way through?
I think so.
Okay. Maybe I didn't explain. There's no finish on these. None whatsoever. It's just all polished. So, what we're gonna do next, the other thing I was gonna say, this came from another source, but a couple weeks ago, Peachtree has a very similar, the buffs are exactly the same. You have aluminum bushings here instead of plastic. This feels like Delrin maybe. And they're on sale for 20 bucks. You can't beat it. It uses a pen handle that most people that have pens already have a pen handle. So you just put it on there. So anyway, here's what we're gonna do.
Turn
Ralph,
that off.
her hair, her hair,
There.
her
Oh,
hair.
my hair.
Yeah.
I'll just put the mask on.
We got some duct tape.
Oh, that's a good solution. Yikes.
Good for everything. Okay, Carol, perfect.
Good solution.
See, women come prepared. We don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready? Okay, what we're gonna do is, this is the polishing compound. Use very little polishing compound. You just put it on there,
Gets a little
just get a little bit on there. So let's turn that on. When it's stable, kind of, I'll show you. You just, that's enough. Now, we'll do the same thing we did here, but we're gonna do it this. And you wanna keep it moving, because this builds up heat, and we don't wanna melt the plastic. See already? Doesn't take much. Do this, show you, and then when we get done, we're gonna do this, but it's gonna be very lightly over there. There's nothing on that there. All that's gonna is polish it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Alrighty.
And how you paint it.
Well, I assume that polishing can also be done with the Dremel
Oh,
polish.
sure. There's no wrong way of doing this. I brought that because that's what I use, and a lot of people already have those if you're making pens. But no, you can use a little Dremel buffer. You can do it by hand. I did try it by hand, actually. Yeah, I used a Novus polish. Anybody familiar with Novus plastic polish? And I did that, and I actually got a better finish with that. So all I did was use some of the blue towel, put a couple drops of the Novus on there, and just polish it by hand. And you could use any plastic polish. You don't have to have this. Like I said to begin with, all you need is a probing saw, some sandpaper basically, and you can make these things, and a drill. And a drill. Yeah, do that?
I believe so. Is that shiny?
Sure, that's because it's a nice even finish. You want to pass that around?
Sure.
We're not done yet, but you pass that around, and then we have one more step. Now, you guys watch it here.
First timer.
This is the person who came in today. I don't have any tools.
I don't have any.
I've never done this.
She's a planner.
So I think it looks pretty
I
nice.
used to. I used to.
What do you think? How does it look? Yeah.
Now, to
You all
get
set?
it, to get it more
Okay.
thinned out, you just,
I'm sorry.
to get it more thinned out, you just make
Yeah.
a smaller cut? Or do you,
Oh, to thin this out?
yeah,
Just more sanding.
okay,
You know, if you don't like it, sand it again.
there you go.
You know, it's really easy. You can sand it down. It's just like turning. You start with a piece of wood, and you keep turning, until it looks like something. Right? Basically, that's what you do.
So will the polishing compound put a sort of finish on it, like if you were doing, tongue oil or something, or would you want to, if you wanted to dark out the wood or things like that, would you put the tongue oil on and then buff it?
Tongue oil is not going to go into the plastic. I'm not so sure it'll even go into the stabilized burl. Probably will. So it's up to you. Anything you want to do, you can do. You want to paint it black, you can paint it black. It doesn't matter. Yeah, anything you want to do. You just try it. If it works for you, gets the look you want, you good. You might want a really highly polished look. You might want a satin look. Like we got more of a satin look on this one going around. And yesterday when I was talking to this girl, I asked her about the polish on it, and she liked the polish because I could have got them brighter, could have got them more shiny. She said, no, this is good. So I got to tell you, that was really stunning. But it told me I'm moving in the right direction. If she just looked at it, I mean, just like that, she was, I can sell these. You know, it's 20-ish girl. You know?
Did she give you some kind of an idea what kind of price you put on it? The
Not
price
yet.
you could get?
Not yet. I'll get back to it. So. Once we get yours back up here, we'll go to the next slide.
Okay.
What do we want? It's almost 10:30, and we're gonna finish pretty much right on time.
What was
Yes.
this micromesh stuff that you were doing the last polish?
It's a product, Rob can tell you about that, his brother-in-law works for the company.
Used to.
Used to. Well, tell him about it anyway.
Well, during COVID, they stopped with it. They didn't go around to the woodworking shows,
But the original process was putting,
For helicopter windshields, aircraft.
yeah, well,
windshields.
it was made for polishing aircraft windows. You know, we get in the aircraft, you can barely see out of it. They can polish that up, looks like glass, and put a good shine on it, and that's what they made. I was talking to my cousin one time, he told me he's going up to a woodworking show. I said, you don't do anything to do with woodworking? He said,
Just
no, but my company
bearing
makes,
Courses,
policies or,
and they sell
fine
pre-cut
products.
pads out there. You use
I
one
said,
of
like
them.
Michael Marsh, he said, it was Michael Marsh. He was the only representative for the whole country making something that I've used for years.
I have to do yours, just because I don't want anybody to hurt their fingers.
And the
Yeah, I
little
see.
small pieces are kind of handy
So-
too.
I usually use a drill press.
Get
But
some
what
off.
we're gonna do next, which color of bale would you like?
We'll do the silver.
Okay? These are called bales. I just got these on Amazon. They're pretty small for my big fingers. What? Can you see them? Do I have to come over?
Turn it just a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. That's, having trouble focusing, but that's good.
That's about as good as you're
That's
gonna
good
get there.
enough. Good enough. We don't have time. So anyways, we're gonna spread these, just like that. Now, these might be a little bit too small for the thickness of these, but we'll see. But we're gonna just spread these, and they have two little pins that we're gonna drill a hole. Yeah, these are a little bit too small. They have bigger ones. There's just all kinds of them on Amazon. You may have to do that,
Okay.
but we'll give it anyway. So anyway, we're just gonna drill a hole. Which way is up?
We'll do the green.
Okay? Another, do you want it this way or you want it this way? So anyway, what we're gonna do then is just drill a small hole. We don't even have to mark it. Okay. Yeah, this can be just a little bit too small. And then we just squeeze it together. But I'm sorry, I should have bought some other ones. These are just gonna be too small.
Okay,
But you
that's
can get
fine.
these on Amazon,
Or just put a,
probably $5 for 20,
okay.
okay? So anyways,
Or make it a little bit longer and just do leather.
you can do that too.
Right? Or cord,
Yeah, cord.
fabric cord.
Right.
Yeah. Put a ring in it, just put a ring in it
Same
and
with
a
me.
cord. And
Yeah.
then
It's
like
probably not
that.
gonna
Yeah.
fit,
Yeah.
because it's a little too wide. But
You can always grind those things
you want me to drill a
flatter.
hole for you?
Yeah.
You wanna drill your own hole?
Yeah.
When you get your bale? Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
All right, good job.